Dear Father Simon and the Festive Collective, my seasonal confession is one that has weighed heavily on my conscience every Christmas Day for nearly 20 years. Although I ask for forgiveness, my confession is such that I feel it won't be forthcoming, but being the time of goodwill to all men, I can only hope. Given the nature of this confession, I feel that it may be prudent to have some anonymity and vagueness. So I shall call myself Bill and tell you that I live in a lovely part of the country. And that's it.
There you go.
That's how anonymous he wants to be.
Yeah.
The fateful day of my eternal shame was Christmas Eve, and I'm the father to 3 delightful and excited children, all under the age of 5, who were beyond excitement and expectation for the big day. My beloved wife, Belinda, had a very clear notion of how Christmas should unfold, and it was going to be run with military precision. Letters had been written and posted to Father Christmas. The traditional tree with all its decorations was in position, taking centre stage in the lounge. The rooms were adorned with tinsel and associated paraphernalia, and Christmas songs were being played 24/7. Christmas Day was nearly upon us, and we were going to meet it head-on and have a wonderful, fun-filled time with all the excitement that goes with it. We were ready and fully prepared. All that was left for me was to go to our local supermarket and make the last, final, festive purchase. The turkey and gammon were being lovingly basted and cooked by Belinda, and we had everything that we needed. Even if there was a nuclear fallout during the festive period, we were self-sufficient for a period of a year or so. The last purchase to make Christmas Day complete were the vegetables to accompany the burgeoning turkey. See, Simon, I wanted to have the veg as fresh as possible, hence why I left it to the last minute on Christmas Eve to purchase it. So with my shopping list firmly grasped in my hand, I drove the short distance to the supermarket with the very simple task of buying the following: a selection of potatoes, carrots, swede, cauliflower, greens, and the oh-so-very important and much-maligned sprouts. That was all I needed, nothing more and nothing less. Things were looking positive as I parked my car in a very quiet car park. I positively skipped into the supermarket, grabbing a basket en route, thinking this was going to be much quicker than I thought. It was at this point that my world stopped and my chin fell to the ground and everything went into slow motion. The humongous and unavoidable sight of rows and rows of empty shelves was clearly, frighteningly visible. There were no vegetables to be seen anywhere, not even enough to sustain a mouse and his family for Christmas. I was horrified, to say the least. My cunning plan of leaving it late to buy the veg fresh was now in tatters. It was too late to go anywhere else. My immediate thought was how disappointed my children would be with only turkey and baked beans for dinner. However, this was quickly replaced by visions of a slightly irate wife, to say the least, and how it would be explained to me at every given opportunity through the next year as to how I single-handedly ruined Christmas and undermined all her previous hard work. And it was at this point that a moment of divine intervention occurred. For what I saw, Father Simon, before my very eyes was a venerable and an esteemed old lady who just happened to be pushing her trolley, which for me at that time just happened to contain the Holy Grail. You've got it in one. Her trolley contained all my essential needs of fresh vegetables and in bountiful supply. I suspect that the lady in her wisdom had obviously pre-ordered her veg and had arrived at the supermarket to collect it and was now slowly wandering around the store picking up her final supplies. Well, the primeval need to feed my family unfortunately kicked in, and all rational thought flew out of the window, and I could see that I may not need to start a new life after all. This lady, who I shall now refer to as Betty, may be very clever and forward-thinking, but she wasn't quick. When I was happy that Betty was the furthest point from the tills and that there were no other customers around, I waited for her to look at the shelves for her next item, and when her attention was away from her vegetable-laden trolley, I leapt on it like a predatory tiger and ran with it as fast as I could to the checkout area while she was still checking out the goose fat or something similar. At the tills, I quickly unloaded all the veg and left the remainder of Betty's shopping in the trolley and quickly purchased and bagged all my ill-gotten gains. I managed to grab my bags and run out to the supermarket as quick as my shopping would allow. What can I say, Father Simon, apart from the fact that my family and I had a wonderful Christmas dinner the following day with food-laden plates containing all the seasonal trimmings and plenty of festive vegetables. In fact, my plate was positively overflowing, my children were none the wiser, and a lovely day was had by all. So the part of forgiveness, I'm ashamed to admit that at the time, I was a fine upstanding pillar of the community. In fact, I was an officer of the law.
What?
I have to say, I was paid to serve and protect the public, especially little old ladies, which makes this story all the worse.
Unbelievable.
It's a copper at Christmas, everybody. I'm not expecting it, but I mainly asked forgiveness from Betty's relatives, as there were far too many vegetables in one little old lady's trolley for her to eat on her own, so I suspect she might have had company, maybe some kids and grandkids probably attending as well, so alas, on Christmas Day they would probably have ended up just pulling crackers and wearing party hats whilst tucking into beans. Well, I've carried this remorse ever since. I pass it over to you now, a horrified collective, to cleanse my conscience from a rather plump bill. I suspect, Bill, by the way, there'll be none coming. Anyway, let's see what a shocked and horrified Sister Rebecca makes of that.
That is one of the most outrageous confessions we've ever had. Don't you think? I really am shocked.
You see, it's just this side of legal.
Well, it's not really legal. I mean, the minute they're in her trolley, it's really stealing, isn't it?
Well,
apart
it isn't.
Apart from that, the morality of it is appalling. I mean,
absolutely.
what, is Christmas a time for survival of the fittest? No. Christmas
what I'm
is
saying
a time
is they're not yours until you paid for them.
That's not the point, Simon Mayo. Is that what you... Oh, dear. Is that what you're arguing?
I'm just being provocative.
Are you Plump Bill? Did you do this?
What do you think?
No. Sorry, can't even comment on this. It's just too awful. Not forgiven.
Not forgiven. Let's see what Novice Nige makes of it.
Oh, Kill Bill. There you go. That's how Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant started out, by nicking Granny's sprouts. And that's
right?
absolutely appalling.
No, that's not right, by the way.
Yeah, no.
That isn't right.
What, the film? No, he didn't start
True,
it.
I'm just checking.
Yeah,
I think we'd remember that if it happened in the film.
Good film. Breaking Bad. Bill, no. Plump Bill from somewhere nice. You've probably done time since then.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
It's not making any sense.
Yeah, no, he isn't. No, I know I'm not. But you know what I mean? It was not good, and you're naughty, and I'm definitely not going to forgive you this time.
Okay, fine. Brother Matthew.
There really aren't any redeeming qualities here for Bill at all. And I mean, fair play to him for sending the confession in, because he knows no one's going to forgive him. This is obviously not in the spirit of Christmas. And as you know, I'm not a big believer in karma. That said, something dreadful's coming round the corner for Plump Bill. Obviously, no one's going to forgive. I can't think anyone's going to forgive him. So actually, I'm going to forgive him, because at least he sent the story. He sent the story in.
It was Betty's fault,
Yes,
wasn't it?
we all feel better about ourselves. We do. We all feel better about ourselves because we think, well, at least I'm not Plump Bill.
Betty the Temptress.
forgive him.
Betty the Temptress.
Okay,
Right.
all right. So because he's made us feel better,
Yes,
he's
then I'm
forgiven.
going to forgive for that.